Well, hello. This is your host here, Eric of GMODISM. And we are back with some more Gimle battles. I have finally almost managed to fix my green screen, and I bought a cotton green screen because I didn't want to have a big piece of plastic on my wall and stuff like that, because I don't like fabrics with plastic very much. So I thought that, I just buy a cotton green screen. Turns out that it's absolute hell. You have to do a lot of things to make it flat. You have to flatten it to make it nice, and then it doesn't work very well anyways. And then my stupid camera from wish.com that I should just stop complaining about and just buy a proper webcam. Well, it's weird. So I set it up with a lot of I just realized how stupidly I spent my time right now. But I just set it up with a lot of what are they called? LUDs. Anyways, filters for OBS. So now I think I'm looking like a normal human being with not weird colors, so that's nice. Not that you needed to know any of that information, but it's important that I managed to set all of these things up correctly whenever I have time to do it, because if I don't, well, how am I supposed to do live streams if I haven't set up my setup? Yeah, I spend too much time setting up my setup. Like, I wanted to show you how complexly I've set up my stream deck, but then I realized that I've chosen green as colors for my buttons. So the green screen, you can't see them, I'm sorry. Oh my god, GMODISM, it's been 1 minute, and you have just shown yourself. Get on with the battle already, you say. Or actually, you probably don't say that. But today we are starting the battle just straight off like this. And we have one of the most anticipated builders participating in this battle. Kovrax, also known as the Secret Advisors, CBX Wildfire, will be fighting the UCS Sanctuary by our Omicron. And Kovrax is a cadet in the army of GMODISM, so big thanks there for the support. And Omicron is, if I recall correctly, a matros in the army of GMODISM and has served the Empire greatly for a long time. So, thanks a lot for that as well. Participating in community events and cool stuff like that is, of course, also immensely valuable for us as a community. And makes the GMODISM Empire a very fun place. Anyways, the UCS Sanctuary is covered in stone. It's very min-maxed in the armor compartment when it comes to cost effectiveness. If you didn't know this, stone is an extremely cost-effective type of armor, and it's actually a great exterior cover, especially combined with wood like this. That will set off plasma charges and detonations of a lot of different kinds to, well, not be an issue, really. Well. Oh, bam! It's really even here. It is really even. The UCS Sanctuary and the Wildfire. Now my camera is getting messed up. Both of them are very, very strong designs, of course. Both of them won over the Gimle, so of course it's strong designs. If you're new to the channel, well, I'm Eric. This is From the Depth, a very complex sandbox game. We got loads of tutorial for it as well. And we are having a tournament of really big ships called the Gimle tournament, because I made a ship called Gimle that fought some other famous ships and won over them. And then the Gimle faced some new ships and lost against some and won against some others. And there we are, basically. And now we're having a tournament with all of the ships that won over the Gimle. We already concluded the tournament where we looked at the ships that lost against the Gimle. So it's really confusing. First we had the losers against the Gimle in a losers bracket tournament, and then we had then we're having this winners bracket, but this is best of 3 single elimination. So yeah, that means that there will be a losers bracket here too. Hopefully it doesn't it makes reasonable amounts of sense. In any case, the UCS Sanctuary by Omicron is down to 78%. It's starting to look a little bit sad. But the CBX Wildfire by our Kovrax is indeed also not looking fantastic either. Especially not since it's mostly made out of wood. Kovrax always build everything just out of wood, and you may wonder why wood is the weakest material. Why do you do that? And if you even look at the deck here, you can see it's all tetras. Each of these 4-meter beams costs 1 materials. It's insanely cheap. And you may say, why? Well, the reason is that wood is the most amount of health points per material paid. Like, it is technically the best armor block when it comes to like HP sponge, damage absorption. And since there are a lot of weapons in this game that can't even be stopped, like insane pierce packs, most big cram cannons, and, you know, stuff like that, sometimes you don't need to armor. That's the thought behind of this. It's like the Wildfire is like, yeah, you want to shoot through me? Go ahead, I don't care. The shells go through, hit nothing important, because the important parts are so spread out that it's very unlikely to hit anything. These lifeboats are looking really good. Alright, so the first battle basically is coming to an end. It looks like the Sanctuary by Omicron is going to lose this one. Now, I need to double check a little thing here. I think the UCS Sanctuary... Yeah, it gets up... It's pretty low flying thing, because it flew a little bit before, but maybe we should make sure it spawns in the air a little bit, to be honest, because I think it just spawned in water now. Yeah, as said, I should probably force any participant in the future to use the Army of GMODISM's whole classification symbols so that we can actually know which is an airship and not. And what I do is I just add an F and a dash for flying before the ship class if a naval ship class is used, which is commonly the case for flying things. And if it's a hydrofoil, we can add an H in front of it. Not that important, but it's good to know what it is at a glance. The CBX Wildfire is ticking down here. The Sanctuary is holding its ground. Maybe the fires finally caught up to the Wildfire. Well, I will say this. It's too funny. But there is a Wildfire on board. Because it's wood, you know. It's a wildfire. It's like forest fire. It's very funny. GMODISM. That's not funny. Eric. I mean. So I don't even know my name anymore. That's great. Well, that is the thing. You know what the name GMODISM originally comes from? When I started doing like YouTube videos, I played Garry's Mod and was doing some, you know, wire mod was a thing where we basically simulate electronics, and I thought that was pretty fun. So, you know, there wasn't any other game like Garry's Mod. Minecraft hadn't come out yet, so I basically only played Garry's Mod to build my shit. Yeah, so I was like, yeah, my channel is gonna be about Garry's Mod. Now there are so many games to choose from that are very like similar and creative, but back when I started there was like Garry's Mod, so I played only Garry's Mod. And then I wanted to call my channel like Gmod channel. So I was like trying to take the name Gmod, but of course, and someone has taken it. But you have to check if it's taken, right? And then Google suggested to me, what about GMODISM? And I was like, yeah, that's cool. I'll take that. Because they had like a suggestion feature back then when you did that. I think this was 2009. So, yeah, hello, I'm old, but actually not. you know, I know my audience, and I know by very high probability that you are between 17 and 35. Almost all of you are between 17 and 35. That's what the stats say. Well, big congrats to Kovrak's first battle is won, but it's best of 3. Oh, and there is a little myth going around here that the biggest thing that causes lag is block count. So many tournaments has the block count set really low. This is, you know, maybe for some systems, but generally that's just not the case. This thing has the maximum allowed block count, which is 100,000, and a lot of tournaments have similar sized battles at like less than half that. The Gimle has a lot of blocks too. This is 70,000 blocks. And, you know, this doesn't lag very much. If you compare that to the previous battle, that battle, oh, it lags a lot. It actually looked there for a second that the Resolute... No, that's the... yeah, whatever. We have a Resolute here too, by Omicron. But it looks like a little bit like the Sanctuary had a little bit trouble getting out of the water, and I forgot to set it in the air. So, yeah. Alright, now we are running. And since we did that little miss, we might have to call the first battle's results void. I don't think we can count on them being reliable. So the first battle here, well, it was actually the last extra battle that doesn't mean anything. The 2 battles following this one and the next is gonna decide who is the winner. Because obviously we saw that the Sanctuary had a little bit trouble getting out of the water, and being an airship, that's of course what airships do. Makes sense. Well, well, well. What is happening over here? I think we should pause and see what shells we have popping in here. We got a... is that a heavy head with fin? So we got the sandblaster. We got a sandblaster but with... well, sabos. I think we got mostly sandblasters here. I don't know what is causing fire. We'll have to check when the larger caliber shells popping in here. Oh, and maybe it's these ones. They're so... oh, no. This is a laser. The laser is causing the fire, obviously. I think I could have counted out that myself, but whatever. Right, so we got some shells popping in here from the Wildfire, which ironically spawns frags instead of incendiary, but that's how it is before the fire update, I think it was. Oh, and we are trying to dodge the shells here really hard. Cram mortars are popping in here. It's a little bit sad that you can't look at the cram mortar shell and with that information only know what it's loaded with. But maybe that ability will be removed for APS shells as well in the future if they allow a custom APS shell model. But honestly, I don't think we need that. I don't think we need that. Missiles, yeah, I can see that. I can see that. But it was nice to see what the missiles contained as well. Maybe there should be like an option in settings where you just toggle the cosmetic skins for missiles. Maybe that would be a good idea. I don't know. The Sanctuary is looking a little bit sad. Let's see how the Wildfire is popping. The fires seem to have stopped burning. So yeah. Oh, and this design, the Wildfire, is actually unusually well armored for being a Kovrak's design. They're usually like papier-mâché, I call them usually. You can see some crazy battles with like the Hollowwood class and stuff like that. It's just like more than a kilometer long. Like this is large, yes, but there are larger ones has been recorded before. The Wildfire is at 88 now. I think it lost something important. The sandblasting is going on. Honestly, I feel that this battle can actually go either way. We still can't say for sure. I think we have a little bit of a confirmation bias here. Everyone has confirmation bias. It's unfortunately part of the human psyche. But since the Wildfire won last time, we'll assume it will win, but it's not that certain actually. Now the stats look a little bit more in the Wildfire's favor again. But the laser here on the Sanctuary is going hot, and the laser obviously starts fires. Wildfires. And that's really bad for the Wildfire, because she is of course almost entirely made out of wood. The superstructure and the turrets could easily burn down a lot. Looks like some turret restrictions may have been... Maybe the air setup, maybe it's just very sad now. Or no, it probably got stuck in this other turret. No? Who knows? Well. 84 percentages. What game speed do we have? Oh, we are running at half speed. So the game runs slower when it lags. I should probably say stuff like this a little bit more often. You know, if we have some new people, if you're new and watching this, if you haven't seen this before, I guess you should be very confused with me just speaking with the assumption that everyone knows the From the Depth speak. But there is help. I actually made a dictionary. Yes, I did. I made a dictionary on Steam guides, which you can read through if you want to, you know, get educated on what stuff means. That can be pretty useful if you're getting into this game. Where you can be a large-scale engineer and constructor at the same time. It's a good game, I think. And you too, probably, if you're watching this. Well, the UCS Sanctuary seem to have lost this first battle. Which basically means that it has to lose again against the Wildfire for these results to actually be the result of this entire battle. But this round, in all probability, goes to the Wildfire, and I'll be back if the results point otherwise, but that's very unlikely. And there you have it, official results. If you think I make shit up, there we have it. All right, here we are for the next battle. So let us indeed see what's gonna happen right here. Do join our Discord if you want to be in the little community, and there you can also join the army of GMODISM as said before, I think, or maybe not. All right. We got... I want to see like what's happening the first seconds here. I think that's very decisive if the sandblaster hit anything important. These tiny sandblasting shells naturally just melt through anything. Yeah. And the Sanctuary is actually in the lead for this this battle here. And if it wins, you know, that would be absolutely crazy. I kind of feel it can win though. I don't think it will, but it probably can win. Oh yes. 93 versus 93. It's extremely even. I think it goes down to a lot if the laser is burning the right spots or not. 1 minute has passed. They are both at 92%, so they are dealing, serious damage. We got a turret. A turret is offline. 88%. The Sanctuary is actually in the lead. But it ain't looking great sitting there. Oh, it can still fly. Yeah, we can still fly here. 86 versus 89%. Oh, very nice. Look at that. 88 versus 84. The Sanctuary is still in the lead here. We'll have to check out what is happening over here at the Wildfires. Do we have any Wildfires, perhaps? 79%. Did we lose another turret? Oh yes, I think we did. The Sanctuary is really delivering this time. Look at that indeed. Who knows, maybe it was just unlucky the previous battles. 85, 87, 76%. Man. The Sanctuary by our Omicron is absolutely handing the Wildfire its own wooden ass to the Wildfire. To the fire. It's not funny anymore, Eric. Just stop. Well. 73 versus 83%. It's gonna be highly interesting to see if this will be turned around or if this is the results we're having. Can the Wildfire save this somehow? It feels like the battle kind of slowed down a little bit, but it actually didn't. That's because the game speed is kind of running a little bit slow. Shells are still coming in here at the Sanctuary. Oh, we're struggling getting out of the water, I think. %69 versus 81. Oh my, this is extremely tense. This is extremely tense. The Wildfire. Can you survive this? Can you turn this around? The Sanctuary is at 80%. Thing is, it may be sinking. It may be sinking. I don't know how much engine power it has left. If we have some more volleys popping in there, we might possibly see the Kovrek's Wildfire. She might turn it around. 66 versus 78. Man, these guns are just not dying. They are so sturdy. So sturdy. We seem to have decent amounts of engine power left. $66 versus 77. 65 versus 77, 76. Oh. We're still having some cannons. A few of them keeping up the damage dealing. So it's really all about where it will hit or not. Look at that indeed. $74. We're 75 over here. The Sandblaster in the back here is able to deal damage still. Looks like the Wildfire is trying to shoot over the waterline. And that basically means that most of the important bits are not going to be hit. 63%. This is a tense situation. The Wildfire by Kobrax. It's losing. It's losing this round. Oh my. So the first round is void. And the Wildfire, she won the second battle. The second round, I mean. And the third round is won by Sanctuary. She won it. So that means we'll have to have a fourth battle to select the right winner here. Alright then. Third real battle begin. So it's gonna be very interesting to see what's going on here. Oh, we're really trying to dodge those shells there. They are going under. Sanctuary's evasion system is trying to dodge most of the shells. Naturally, they are kinetic shells, which basically means... No, they are chemical shells, which basically means they're pretty slow, so they're much easier to dodge than kinetic shells, like these sandblasters. Oh, yes, indeed. This is a lot of battles. Anyways, big thanks to the commissioned officers in the Army of GMODISM, Commodore Owen, Sebastian Doe, Captain Sherrill, Lieutenants Anto, Cravey, Flowers Dragon, Joseph Wishovsky, Powered by Greed, Vincent Veritas, Rick Prell, Scooby Rocks. I hope I didn't forget anyone there. And of course to all our cadets, like Cadet Kobrax here, of course. Well, we are very even this battle, or this time around. We're very even. Oh, but this hole doesn't look very happy, does it? I'll tell you, it does not. Oh, bam. Oh, bam. The blocks are being shed. The Wildfire is in the lead. Crazy battle this. Oh! Are we dodging or are we having problems with the engine power? I'm not sure. The frame rate has gotten a little bit upset, that's for sure. Oh bam, look at that. Ooh. The damage is being dealt. 84 versus 86. Oh, the Wildfire took the lead here. But it's changing back and forth so quickly. They are both dealing so much damage against each other. And the Wildfire, she lost a turret. Sanctuary picked off another turret. Amazing. Well, well, well. Who is the winner, you think, here? Also, I think... did I share the brackets anywhere? Maybe I did. I don't know. No, I didn't. Or did I? Maybe I did. I don't remember. Anyways, if you could have had any battle you want, you can't because they are random selected, but what would be your most anticipated / fun battle you really want to see of the ships that have participated in the Gimle battles? Please do tell me that, because if so, I can go over to the GMODISM channel, which I hope you're subscribed to as well, to make an extra battle recording there, just a little extra video to find out that. that could be fun stuff. Because on the GMODISM channel we have some extra from depth content. On the Relaxism channel we have some more extra from depth content too, but in the relaxing department, some slow builds and stuff like that. Oh, Wildfire 82%. We really got a bad hit. The Sanctuary is down to 74, so I still think maybe the Wildfire will win. But yeah, as said, confirmation bias. The Sanctuary did win the last battle, so just because Wildfire won the first battle, the Sanctuary won the last battle, so it still can win, obviously. Oh wow, 81-70. And the battle is like feeling a little bit slow, but it's actually not. It's very tense. It's very tense. Well, not so much anymore. Wildfire is 80 and a Sanctuary is at 60. This gap is so large that few battles are getting back from this. So I think we can in advance even say big congratulations to Kovrax. Sorry, I baited you there with spawning the Sanctuary at the wrong altitude, which meant that the first battle was void. But well, then you had to be a little bit nervous. Can be fun sometimes to be very unsure of which is winning. I think those battles are usually the most fun ones. But 78% versus, well, 57, it's like a percentage from despawning basically. And there we hit the official despawn territory, so as assumed, we are indeed having a result. I hope you did enjoy this little video, and if you did, please leave it a like. And again, big thanks to all the commissioned officers in the Army of GMODISM, everyone in the ecclesiarchy, and of course everyone in the government of GMODISM for supporting the channel monthly. So, I'll see you next time. This is your host, Eric of the GMODISM Empire, and I'll be seeing you next time. Big congratulations to our Matros Kovrax. Bye.